Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with another Viking Orations. Got yet another review for you today, some more Indiana metal to talk about. And this time around, I'm going to be talking about the debut demo from the band Atavistic Decay, simply entitled Demo 2024, out now through the band themselves. If you're not familiar with Atavistic Decay, they are a doom death band out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Been around since, I want to say, just last year in 2023, because that's when their Instagram page was created. They don't have a Facebook, so I couldn't find out that way. There's nothing listed on the archive, so I'm just going to go with 2023, just based off, again, when their Instagram page was created. But comprising this band, you have Steven Garcia on the bass, Matthias Schwengel, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, handling the drums, Bryce Bittner on guitars, and finally Jink handling guitars and vocals. As I said, this is their debut demo. It is 4 tracks, 27 minutes on the dot in length. And Chris Morrison, guitarist of Mother of Graves, actually recommended this demo on a Facebook post. And not only do I love discovering new bands, but I especially love discovering new Indiana bands. And if he recommended it, then I definitely had to check it out. And honestly, after multiple listens to this demo, it has absolutely whooped my ass every single time I listen to it. Thick, dirty sounding bass just permeates this entire demo. It's easily heard throughout, just rumbling away, laying down that solid backbone through all the songs. The guitars have an equally dirty and heavy tone to them, and mixed with those slow, heavy, lumbering riffs or more mid-pace riffs at times, and then they kind of have a little bit of dissonance to their sound as well. I love the tempo changes throughout this whole thing. It is how seamless that they feel when they do it. For example, lead-off track Oracle of Death starts nice and mid-pace, kind of leaning more towards the death metal side of things, I feel. And then about 2:56 in, it slows to a crawl, just kind of plodding along until about 4:32, and then it picks up the pace again to get a little bit more mid-pace, and then it finally slows down again at the 6:30 mark. So just kind of really changes tempo quite often. I love that dissonant riff that comes in at the 6:55 mark that kind of counterbalances that slow heavy riff, because you got that slow heavy riff, and then over the top is this very dissonant sounding riff, really slow pick, and it actually even gets some time to itself. Like everything else stops, and it's just that slow pick, dissonant sounding riff all the way to the end of the song. There's some really nice heavy sounding grooves to be found as well at times throughout this whole demo, such as in track number 2, Sepulchral Silence, at the 1:38 mark, and then about 4:28 into track number 3, Black Mist of an Eternal Nothing. Very, very cool grooves that as soon as they come in, you just really start nodding your head and head banging along. I thought the drumming production and performance on here was solid overall. Never flashy or anything, but just provides some really good patterns, rolls and fills, really nice blast beats and double bass work. Vocally, you get this low, cavernous growls with these almost tortured sounding screams and yells at times. One of the other things that I picked out that really, got my attention was in track number 4, the last track, Submission to Decay. There's this section at about 4:55 into this song that I absolutely loved, because it's just pure death metal savagery in my opinion. It's just so damn heavy, groovy, especially when those chuggy headbangable riffs come in at the 5:21 mark, and then finally at 5:43 it's back to that slow, crushing heaviness that you come to expect while listening to the rest of this demo. Overall, this is just an absolutely skull-crushing debut from this indie 4-piece. Heavy yet with undeniable groove to it at times, and a real sense of dissonance to these songs. Plus those touches of death metal savagery really add a nice counterbalance to everything, I think. The shortest song on here is literally one tick under 5 minutes in length, and the longest is the lead-off track at over 8 minutes in length. So these are pretty lengthy songs, but you would hardly notice because they just flow so well. They're so well written and so well performed. This is definitely a band to keep an eye on. And according to the band, tapes are forthcoming, hopefully in March, I believe they said, through labels that I didn't even know existed, called one is 18 and 9 and Night Terrors. I guess it must be like a collaborative thing between those two. They're going to be putting out tapes. Hopefully somebody puts out a CD as well, whether it be the band themselves or another label, you know, picks up the rights to do the CD version. But either way, I just got to get a physical copy of this because this is an absolutely amazing demo in my opinion. This gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Go check out Atavistic Decay. I will be leaving a link down below so you can check it out for yourself. Pick up a digital copy until those tapes and who knows, maybe CDs finally drop. But yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.